What's the shape? Pentagon. All right. This is a school crossing sign. It's the only sign with this shape. If you see a diamond-shaped sign that's yellow and has people on it, would that be a school crossing? No, it's a pedestrian crossing. School, so that's what I'm talking about. That's where shape comes in. Okay? Orange. That's not a sign, but it's orange. So you're going to say construction. See orange. Say construction. Stop sign. That's the only sign that's shaped. Okay. Notice it's red, white, and black. So regulatory. The law. Different shapes, but colors. That's where colors comes into play. Red, white, and black. Black and white. Speed limit signs white and black. One-way sign is white and black. So red, white, black, regulatory signs. Yield sign, that's a law too. Only sign that shape. So if you come upon that, if somebody sprayed it white, you know it's still a yield sign because of the shape. And then there's a bunch of these warning signs. They are really significant because warning, caution. You see one that's got a hard right hand on it, sharp curve to the right, and then below it, speed limit's 45, and all of a sudden, below that sign it has 25 miles per hour in yellow too. That means it's a really sharp curve and you better slow down. They're there for a reason. But anyway, now we're going to start talking about signals. And we'll go through those pretty quick because you don't know green, yellow, and red. But there is a little confusion with those. But anyway, we'll talk about traffic controls, color shape, signs, which I already did, and signal lights and pavement markings. That's why I told you, if you don't have your learners now, or if it's 3 months before you can get it, if you start paying attention as you're riding, taking your learner's permit test is going to be easy. Now, let's talk, before I go forward. PowerPoint's a board, but this is one that's important that we got to go through. Some of these, I'll talk about code and all that, but I like to break you in groups and give you certain things and let y'all go through them and y'all present them. Because I want to do something to break this up. And we're a little bit behind, but I'm going to go through these things quick. I'll spend a little more time on these because these are important, but when we get to module 2, 3, and so forth. How many people have been riding recently? Either you're driving or you're riding and you've seen people run a red light. Happens so much now. So when you're at an intersection, there's certain things you need to remember, and I'll talk about that a lot too. On speed. Speed's very important. Intersection, everybody thinks, oh, it's a traffic light, it's safe. That's really not necessarily true. Really not true. But anyway, they tell people when to go. A lot of people now, because people are just, people are doing what they want to do. They see a light turn yellow, and they floor it, and no matter if it turns red, they're going to go. So is there anybody in here that does not understand a red light, a yellow light, and a green light? So you go with that, right? That's what they mean. Now, I'm not going to read that to you because I think you've all seen those from the time you start riding and recognizing. I know when you're a kid you pay attention to a stoplight. Yeah, but yellow does not mean it's about to turn red, stomping. It means that, the situation's changing and you need to clear the intersection, which, stop. All right, so oh, by the way, if you haven't done the vacant thing in Canvas, I'm going to check this evening. If you haven't, I may send you a message.
What is it on? Because I swear I didn't see it on one. Somebody
All right, so when you come to an intersection, I drew too many lanes here. I shouldn't take that off. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm in Greensboro on multiple lanes, I guess. All right, let's say that you're heading from Ridgeway towards town, out there where Planet Fitness is and all that, and you come, you have broken lines, and then right before you get to the intersection, the white lines turn to a solid line, right? Well, I can't tell you if you get to that solid line, you need to stop, because there it's 45. Some places in town it's going to be 35, maybe 55 in some. But you have to figure that out as you drive, as to you know, when to stop. I mean, if you're already up here close to the stop line. The stop line is that big white line that you're supposed to stop behind. Especially if the road's wet, probably you're not going to try to stop. You're just going to go on through the yellow light. Some yellow lights I've noticed in town, I mean, it'll green and go to yellow, and it seems like as soon as it turns yellow, then boom, it goes right to red. We'll talk a little bit more about stoplights. But anyway, it's green, yellow, and red right now. All right, so another word that you need to know is yield. What does yield mean? Somebody tell me. What does it mean? Okay, well, it depends. That's very good. Because I guess I should have said it differently than I did. You get the yield sign, that's what it means. But let's say all right, for example, car A there wants to turn left, but you got car B coming. So that's car A has to yield to the car coming. Anytime you're going to turn left, cross in front of traffic, you got to make sure that you let the traffic pass before you turn. If car A, if you turn into the road there and turn in front of it and car B hits you, you're going to get a ticket for failing to yield the right of way. And that's a ticket that most people get, they often get. Okay? So, this is very easy, and you see this sometimes at a big intersection. You'll have arrows telling you to go straight, but you also may see this arrow here pointing to the left. If you get this arrow here pointing to the left, you now have the right of way to turn left in front of oncoming cars. Does that make sense? That's the only time you can turn left in front of, well, it won't be oncoming traffic because they're going to be stopped. Does that make sense? I don't know any other way to explain that. Of course, if it's red, red means stop, right? All right, like right here. If you go, I always refer to Ridgeway, this is where I live. If you like going down 220 and you want to go to Eden on 14, that's a terrible intersection. I hate it. It's a T. If you got this right here, that means you can turn left and get on 8714, whatever you call it. But you got to make sure you yield to oncoming cars.